Good morning. My name is Steve Concialdi, and I have the great privilege to introduce you to the Orange County Drowning Prevention Task Force. I've been actively involved in hundreds of drowning incidents the last few years, over the last 3 years. Since 2012, there have been 199, that's 199 fatalities here in our Orange County cities. We have a problem here in Orange County. It's a serious problem, and that's why this task force has been developed to stop these tragic but very preventable accidents from happening. So the Orange County Drowning Prevention Task Force wants to reduce these terrible incidents by sharing just some basic ABCs of water safety, and these simple tips will save lives. A is for active supervision, someone who knows how to swim and who is watching the water at all times. B is for barriers, isolation fences and gates that separate the house from a spool and paw and a spa. Jasper would still be here today. The 1-year-old on Father's Day would be fine today if there was an isolation fence. And the C is for classes. Everybody should know how to swim, and teenagers and adults should learn how to do CPR. Small children and adults 50 years and older are the most at-risk group for drowning incidents, and they have the highest fatality rates. We recommend that all adults and children swim with a buddy and never swim alone. Regardless of the age or the ability of the swimmer, swimming alone is a recipe for disaster.
You heard it earlier, but I'm going to repeat it again because it's really, really important. The message is simple, but if everyone follows it, it'll definitely prevent drownings. Always watch your child around the water. Designate a water watcher. Not somebody that's going to be on a cell phone texting or doing something else, but somebody that's going to pay attention to everyone in the water. Use multiple barriers. You're going to hear that same theme again. Barriers to separate and make sure that they're surrounding pools. And last but not least, have your child involved in swimming lessons and make sure you and others know how to do CPR. Some of the numbers. Drowning is the leading cause of accidental death in kids under the age of 5 in Orange County. And adults 50 and older account for 50% of the drownings each year. So it's not just the kids, it's also the adults. In 2015, there were 118 drowning incidents in Orange County. 50 of them were fatal. So far in 2016, there have been 32 drowning incidents. 16 of them have been fatal. One is too many. In August 2015, our Orange County Task Force was impaneled to develop recommendations on methods and strategies to improve drowning prevention efforts. Councilmember Jeff Lalaway and Supervisor Todd Spitzer were early champions in this effort. The 25-member task force includes the heads of public health, public safety, government, nonprofit, victims, swim schools, and even Olympic medal-winning swimmers, all with the same goal in mind: reducing drowning tragedies. Thus far, 15 Orange County cities have each committed funds that the county will match. I would like to thank the cities of Yorba Linda, Mission Viejo, Buena Park, Tustin, Santa Ana, Newport Beach, Huntington Beach, Fullerton, Dana Point, Seal Beach, Laguna Hills, Lake Forest, San Clemente, and Stanton for each contributing $5,000. And thank you especially to the City of Irvine, the Orange County Health Care Agency, and the Orange County Fire Authority for each contributing $25,000. This campaign was made possible through their commitments and generosity. We believe that drowning injuries and deaths are preventable. Together, we will make a difference and save lives. And again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here today. And just one more comment. Can't forget this. This sign says it all, ladies and gentlemen. It only takes a couple of seconds. It only takes a couple of seconds. And just please remember that. Anytime your kids are out of your sight in a pool, it can make a difference. Thank you very much.
Our son's name was Jasper. He was 21 months old. And I think like most parents, we really never knew what love was until he was born. 2 years ago, on March 19th, he drowned in an ungated pool. That morning, I received a call that every mother dreads when you're away from your children with a babysitter. My son had been taken to chalk. I didn't immediately know why. I got a hold of my babysitter, and she was absolutely hysterical. I finally heard the words, "I found him in the pool." We don't have a pool on our property, so I realized that she had taken him to her home nearby, which did have an ungated pool. And I knew that in that moment that I would never see my son alive again. When we arrived at the ER, we knew immediately what room he was in because there were first responders just everywhere with just an unmistakable look on their face. Jasper lived for 1 week, and it was just long enough for us to get an MRI to determine whether or not he had any brain function left. And I honestly can't tell you what we were more afraid of, that we would never get to talk to or see our smart, healthy boy speak or eat again, or whether we would leave that hospital without him. I cannot begin to describe what this feels like and what it still feels like. It is just an unfillable hole in our lives. There were 3 things, any one of which would have saved my son's life. There was no gate around that pool. If you have children, or you know your children are on properties where there are pools, they must be gated. If you have a pool where there's children, it must be gated. In proper supervision. He wasn't being watched. He was left alone where there was access to water. Children drown in seconds. When children are near water, it is critically important that parents and caregivers are very nearby, arm's distance. No swim lessons. This one is on me. We didn't have a pool, and I thought he could wait until he was older to learn how to swim. Don't wait. Start swim lessons for your kids as soon as possible. If it could happen to us, it could happen to you. And we're sharing our stories so it doesn't have to. Our task force has been convened to remind the community that despite the great enjoyment that we receive from pools and beaches, that we have to take action to stop drowning.
We had 50 drowning deaths last year in Orange County, almost 120 incidents that are 100% preventable. So today I'm here to talk about Water Watcher. And these badges are available at every single fire authority station in Orange County, and they're free. The County of Orange put up $250,000 for this campaign, and we just added another $25,000 this week to buy every badge available for anybody who wants this badge. What is the number one thing we hear when we have a drowning incident in Orange County? I thought you were watching the water. I thought you were watching the children. I thought she was watching. I thought the sister was watching. Everybody thinks somebody else is responsible for watching the water. And what these tags do is make it unequivocally clear who is in charge of the water. No, make no mistake about it. When you wear this tag, you cannot drink, you cannot be on your cell phone, you cannot be barbecuing, and you cannot be reading a magazine. You are in charge. And these are the biggest distractors for why people drown. So what does it remind you? You wear it, and when you need to take a break, you must hand it off to another person like a baton.
We at the Orange County Healthcare Agency are pleased to be part of the Drowning Prevention Task Force. And through the task force, we've been able to develop and implement a campaign to raise awareness about drowning prevention. So the campaign, which is behind me, this is one of 370 buses traveling throughout Orange County. And in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be launching the next phase of the campaign through digital media, so that way we can have even more targeted outreach for parents and caregivers. So keep an eye out for the campaign and be sure to always watch the water.
The Orange County Sheriff's Department is proud to partner as a member of the Orange County Task Force on Drowning Prevention to do our part in reducing drowning in this county. As sheriff's deputies, we're unfortunately we unfortunately experience the grim reality of drowning minutes after it occurs. Deputies are faced with confronting the initial emotional impact and the horror that is experienced by families, loved ones, and neighbors of the victim. Based on the drowning statistics here in Orange County, most drowning incidents are unfortunately predictable, which makes them preventable. If drowning incidents involving children aren't tragic enough, as mandated reporters, sheriff's deputies are required to report child drowning incidents to Child Protective Services. As you can imagine, this is just another terrible consequence to an already tragic yet preventable situation. So remember, as we move through the summer months here in beautiful Orange County, please go enjoy the pools, the beaches, but please be responsible and take the steps necessary to prevent these tragic, lifelong consequences of drowning.
We cannot count on banners alone. And while we have drowning prevention messaging here at this wonderful pool and all around the city of Irvine, we need to do more. We need to make each and every resident of Orange County aware that preventing drowning requires the eyes of the village. We need each city in Orange County to be involved. Be the eyes of the village. Talk less and observe more. Be the designated water watcher. Be the undesignated water watcher, but be there for others. Let us all play a role in making Irvine and the entire county a safe place to be in the water. Thank you.